y'all, for today's video I thought it would be fun to do something from TikTok. I saw a bunch of people picking out their next read based off of a TikTok filter, and I was like, let's do that, because sometimes, you know, when people recommend you books that you typically wouldn't read, you end up loving them. I did that when I did my fave celebs fave reads. I actually found a book I really loved that way, and it was something that I probably wouldn't have picked up on my own. So here I am doing the TikTok thing. I will say I was actually a little disappointed because there were a couple books on this chart that I had heard about and like I kind of wanted to read, but the one I ended up with I hadn't heard anything about, which I guess is kind of the whole point of doing this video in the first place. But if any of you have read this book, I want to know. And I want to know what you think about it, because like I said, I haven't heard anything about it. So I tried to find this at my local bookstore, didn't have it, but I ended up in a town with Barnes & Nobles. Thankfully they had it there. It's Dating Dr. Dill by Nisha Sharma. I mean, it's a very rom-com-y cover, which I love. This is a romance novel. It has 358 pages in it, and I actually started it already. I'm on page 101, and this is what I have found out so far. I went into this completely blind. Oh, I had no idea. I didn't look up to see what this book was about beforehand. That was kind of fun to go into it completely blind. This follows a young woman named Karina. She wants so badly to have a love story like her parents had, but in her culture, they're big on arranged marriages, and she's also 30, which is like taboo to be that old and not be married. So she's under a lot of pressure to find a partner, but she wants to find someone that she actually is in love with. Her father decides he's going to retire and move to Florida, and to do so he's going to sell the home that her late mother had built, and Karina has a deep attachment to this home because it was like her mom's legacy. So her and her dad kind of make this deal that if she gets engaged in 4 months, she will get all this money that her father and her mother put aside for her wedding. She can use it however she wants. So she needs to get engaged in 4 months, which is when he is retiring, and if she can do that, she can have this money and pay to buy her mom's house from her father. But things get complicated when she meets Dr. Prem, who seems like a little bit of a playboy. They hit it off great, but things go very wrong, and now she wants nothing to do with him. But he's also in a predicament where his mother's pressuring him to get married. She's offering to pay him all this money, which he desperately needs for this local community health center that he's trying to build. So I'm at the point where Karina and Prem are trying to decide if they can work together to benefit both of them, even though they don't get along very well. And Karina's not sure if it's a great idea, considering that their opinions on love matches and arranged marriages, they completely differ, like total opposites. But can hate turn into fate? And will they find their happily ever after? I can't claim that. That's written on the back of the book. But so far, it's a very cute read. I'm curious to how it'll turn out. I'm assuming they'll end up together, but like, you know, what happens between now and then. So I am currently on page 138, and Dr. Prem is pushing Karina pretty hard into this partnership agreement. He clearly has feelings for her, but she's of course nervous that he's just doing it because, I mean, one, he doesn't believe in love, but he also needs the money. So Karina's obviously worried about making this deal with him and then getting her heart broken. I mean, yeah, she'll get the money so she can pay for her mom's house, but she totally has the hots for Dr. Prem like he has the hots for her. She doesn't know what to do about it. They're doing a murder mystery scavenger hunt at the Met, and I've never been so jealous in my life. I love that she's on a date with this nerdy guy and it turns into her playing Dungeons and Dragons with his friends. It's totally random and I'm obsessed. Okay, I am on page 230 something, and I have to say I am so annoyed with the doctor. So his whole thing is, I don't believe in love, and Karina's like, I have feelings for him, but I don't want to spend my life married to someone who can never love me back. But like, all the feelings or the way he describes his feelings about her and the things he does for her, he's clearly in love with her. So I just want to yell at him because the only reason they're not together, they both love each other, but the only reason they're not together is because he's like, love doesn't exist. But like, dummy, you clearly love her. So I did it. I finished dating Dr. Dill. Also, just to be clear, because I was calling him Dr. Prem, his name is Prem Verma, but he's on a talk show called The Dr. Dill Show. I actually don't know why. I'm sure they explained that in the book and I either missed it or forgot about it. Anyway, regardless, we were left with a happy ending. Dr. Prem finally learns the meaning of love. I will say, was this my favorite book? No. Was it on par with most of the other like rom-com books I read? Yeah. I did really like Karina's character for the most part, and Dr. Prem mostly loved him. I don't know, I just don't have much to say about this, but that's not like a negative thing either necessarily. I will say I loved that she included things about her Indian culture. It was also a lot of fun. Like the things they wear I think are so beautiful and so cool. So anytime she used a word I didn't know, I had to look it up and kind of see what it looked like, which I really enjoyed doing. It's always fun to like learn more about other people's cultures. It was sort of a fake dating trope. It kind of pushed in that way, even though Karina really didn't want to do the fake dating because she had actual feelings for him and she didn't want to get her heart broken. So it was like semi a fake dating trope book. I would say kind of the miscommunication trope, but it was really like Dr. Prem was miscommunicating with himself. I will also say it got pretty spicy. I am probably one that likes a lighter smut read. Like I like a little bit of smut, but not much. So it probably wasn't that much, but it was definitely more than like what I really love in a book. So just a heads up, if spice is not really your thing, this book does get a little hot, a little sexy. Either way, it was fun to read something that I wouldn't have like picked up on my own. Will I read it again? No, probably not, but it was a fun experiment. As always, you can follow me on Instagram to see what I'm currently reading, and occasionally I last minute, I'm not able to upload a video like last week. I'll always announce that on my Instagram though. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've read this book or decide you want to read it from this video, please let me know. I want to know what you think about it, and I will see you guys next Wednesday.